Let's see a question. If y is 2x square minus 3x plus 5 is a function of x, then find maxima, minima, and plot its graph. See, we have been given a function y is equal to 2x square minus 3x plus 5. We need to find its maxima, minima, and then we have to take up its graph. See, to do that, firstly, we have to ensure certain points called critical points. Now, the critical points are categorized into two categories, one endpoints, another turning point. Let's start with the endpoint. See, y is given as this function, and there is no limitation on x. There's no limitation at all on x. If there is no limitation at all on x, then the graph may start from minus infinity and the graph may tend at infinity. See, x can be anything. So the lowest possible value of x can be minus infinity and the highest possible value of x can be infinity. So the graph is going to start from minus infinity and end at plus infinity. These are going to be the endpoints. And if you see the turning points are the points where graph takes a turn. Now to judge these points, what we do is we find dy by dx and equate it to 0. dy by dx equal to 0 means d by dx of 2x square minus 3x plus 5 equal to 0. If you see the differentiation of it, 2x square would become 4x, 3x would become 3, 5 would become 0. This has to be 0. So turning point occurs when x is 3 by 4. So we have 3 points over here. One x is equal to minus infinity, x is equal to plus infinity, and x is equal to 3 by 4. The lowest value over here is going to be minima, and the highest value is going to be maxima. Let's check how to calculate that. See, for calculating whether the lowest value or the highest value, I'll split this section into three parts like this. One x tending to infinity, another x tending to minus infinity, another last x is equal to 3 by 4. See, y over here is 2x square minus 3x plus 5, and I need the value of y when x tends to infinity. Now, if you try to do it directly, you will have 2 into infinity square minus 3 into infinity plus 5. You don't know how to deal with it. So what I suggest is, see, any number divided by infinity, if you divide a number by infinity, that becomes 0. So what I suggest over here is take x square common, write it as 2 minus 3 by x plus 5 by x square. Take it as take it as infinity square times 2 minus 3 by infinity plus 5 by infinity square. Any number divided by whether infinity or infinity square becomes 0. So this becomes 2 into infinity square, which again further tends to infinity. So when x tends to infinity, y also tends to infinity. Similarly, see x tending to minus infinity. Do the same thing over here. Take x square common. Write it as 2 minus 3 by x plus 5 by x square, which is minus infinity ka square times 2 minus 3 by minus infinity plus 5 by minus infinity whole square. Any number divided by infinity square is or infinity is 0. So this is minus of infinity ka square into 2. When you take minus infinity and square it, this becomes 2 into infinity square, which again tends to infinity. So again, when x tends to minus infinity, y still tends to infinity. Clearly, nothing can be higher than infinity, so both these points are going to give me my maximum. And let's see, x is equal to 3 by 4. When x is 3 by 4, y is 2x square minus 3x plus 5. So 2 into 3 by 4 whole square minus 3 into 3 by 4 plus 5. So that's actually 9 by 8 minus 9 by 4 plus 5. If you see, this can be written as 8, so this becomes 9 minus 18 plus 40. So that's actually 31 by 8. Clearly, the lowest value amongst these is 31 by 8, so that is going to be my minima. And the highest value over here is infinity and infinity, so that is going to be my maxima. Hear it out clearly. Now we'll plot the graph. For graph, I'll take this axis as the x-axis, this axis as the y-axis. This is minus x. You can also draw minus y. I know this is not going to be used since my minima is 31 by 8, so I have not drawn much about minus y. But if you want, you can draw it. See, start from minus infinity. See, when x tends to minus infinity, y tended to infinity. So when x was minus infinity, y tended to infinity. So the graph starts exactly from the top like this. From infinity, nothing can rise beyond infinity. So naturally, it is going to fall. It keeps on falling, keeps on falling, keeps on falling, keeps on falling, keeps on falling till it has to take a turn. Now the turn would occur at turning point, where turning point occurs when x is 3 by 4, and at that point y is 30 by 8. So when x is 3 by 4, y is 31 by 8. At this point, the graph takes a turn, and after that it starts increasing, increasing. Since there is no more turning point, so the graph would end at infinity. As you can clearly see, this point over here is my maxima, this point over here is my maxima, and this point over here is my minima.